So as you know, if you've followed any of my blog posts or videos in the past, I'm not a fair weather cyclist. I will head out in all sorts of weather. But with the pandemic sometimes forcing people to be stuck inside for 2 weeks, and the weather in the middle of winter in Scotland sometimes being just too bad to go out in, I thought I would make the investment in a direct drive turbo trainer, and I have bought a Wahoo Kickr Core. So I'm going to give you just a wee overview of my experience on it so far and talk you through how I'm getting on with it. So here it is here. Dead easy to set up. It was 5 minutes to assemble out the box and then another 5 minutes for the cassette to go on it as a direct drive. There is a version that's £300 cheaper, more expensive, but you get almost the same functionality out the Kickr Core. And as you can see, I've got my older TCR on it, as I have my new TCR. So that's my setup. Now, as you can hear, it's not that loud. My old Tax turbo trainer was a wheel mounted one, so just resistance against the old turbo wheel. This one's direct drive and it's a lot quieter. I'm in my garage, but if you're in the house and there's other people doing stuff in the house, that's going to make a big difference. So it is very quiet. It links up to multiple devices through, well, it's your choice really. You can have ANT Plus or Bluetooth, so gives you a wide range of devices you can connect to. The best connection you can have is obviously with a Wahoo bike computer. I've got the Wahoo Element Bolt. It finds this less than a second. And what I liked about the connection was when the Bolt detects it's the Kickr, it changes the screen to turbo specific data readouts, which I really liked. And then when you go back to normal on the bike riding, it goes back to the settings that you had originally, okay? So I really like that function. Wahoo, I've really enjoyed using the Bolt, and the Kickr's the same. You can download a separate Wahoo app, and it's really good because if you put it in your phone, you don't actually need this either. You can record your workouts through the app, and that's where you're going to get firmware updates and things for the Wahoo Kickr. Now, I don't have the app on at all just now, and I don't have the Wahoo Kickr in. I am currently using Zwift, as you can see. Now, I've used a wee spare PC that I had and downloaded Zwift. The only thing I needed to put in was a wee ANT Plus dongle, so it picked it up. But a lot of modern computers these days have Bluetooth as part of them, and the Wahoo Kickr can connect to both, so that is an option. A lot of people use, if you're an Apple person, I'm not, Apple devices will connect to Zwift. I think it's 4th generation Apple TVs. That'd probably be your simplest setup from a wires point of view, and of course iPads and iPhones and things. I can actually use my phone because you can get Zwift and Android for some level phones, but the best is having a big screen in front of you, which I've got. It's a 24-inch monitor. Now, I'm using Zwift. When you get the Wahoo Kickr, you do get a 2-month free trial with Sufferfest, and they have got some really good training programs on there as well, although I haven't really looked into Sufferfest as much. And there are other ones like Be Cool. RGT Cycling's quite good because although it has got a paid version, it does have free routes that you can try anytime, including one in Portapolenza. It's a favourite of mine, is actually going holiday there. But I've mostly been on Zwift so far, and both the functionality of the Wahoo Kickr and the fun of Zwift has kept me more motivated in a turbo trainer than possibly I've ever been. I've usually found it something really boring, a clock watching exercise, you know, put on Netflix and try and get through it, but I found myself sitting here for 3 hours sometimes, and never lacking motivation. There's a good website if you're going to go in Zwift called Zwift Insider, and they've got a printable list of every single course. And I'm not going to go into too much to Zwift because you probably know this already, but there are multiple ways you can build up your levels and your points and get better equipment, and working through the courses is one of them, and that's what I've been doing over Christmas. Again, as part of Kendall Mint Company's My Everest Challenge, one of my Everest challenges is to get through as many of the Zwift courses as possible. But again, connects brilliantly with the Wahoo Kickr. You go uphill, it increases the resistance appropriately. You go downhill, you can fly, it decreases the resistance. Maybe sometime in the future, I'll go with the Wahoo Kickr Climb, which you can put onto the front, and it raises the bike up and down. I've still just got the wheel as part of my system, but again, that would be an extravagance. But really enjoying Zwift. I'm currently in New York, as you can see, so sometimes it kind of confuses people when your Strava uploads, especially during a pandemic when we're not travelling. But as I say, I really wanted a really good turbo trainer, so, and I hope it doesn't happen, so in the event I was to have to isolate for 2 weeks, that I could continue to cycle, I could continue to enjoy it, and it would be worthwhile. And I didn't think I would do that with the old one, which was a tax. And there are other direct drives. I actually have an experienced direct drive now. I wouldn't go to anything else, but it's been a success. So that's about 1,500 kilometres I've done now since I got the Wahoo Kickr a couple of weeks before Christmas. Actually really enjoying it. I do still miss outside, but the snow and ice we had over winter meant I wouldn't have been able to get outside. And what's become something that was a chore, turbo training indoors, is now actually quite a lot of fun through Zwift and through how well the Wahoo Kickr works. Wahoo Kickr Core in my case. So I'd highly recommend it, really enjoying it. And again, Wahoo again coming up trumps with their products. They have been excellent so far and I've had no complaints. So really recommend the Wahoo Kickr Core. And of course, if you're doing 2 or 3 hours on a turbo trainer, you're going to sweat a lot, you can use a lot of energy, you want to replace your electrolytes and make sure you keep going. I recommend my partners for this year, Kendall Mint Co. The gels are excellent. Got plain, citrus, berries, flavours, and of course chocolate mint, which is a favourite of mine. And their energy drink's superb too. So give them a wee look, and I'll put a link in the bio. Add the Lone Biker 10 to the voucher code. If you're at checkout, you'll get 10% off. I'll put a wee link to that in the bio. So hope you enjoyed my review of the Wahoo Kickr Core, and cheers for listening.